Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into a report that maps out one of the biggest economic shifts since the internet itself. We're talking about the rise of autonomous AI agents.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with a simple question. What if your life, what if it actually ran on autopilot? I mean, really think about it. Imagine waking up and instead of juggling a dozen little decisions, your AI assistant just tells you, hey, your favorite coffee's been restocked, I've rerouted your commute around a traffic jam, and by the way, I found that flight for your vacation 30% cheaper, so I went ahead and booked it for you.
Now, this is not about the assistants we're all used to today. You know, Siri, Alexa. They're great for asking a question, setting a timer, but they're reactive. They wait for you to tell them what to do. We're talking about a fundamental, massive upgrade to proactive, autonomous agents that don't just answer, they act on your behalf. It's a whole different ballgame.
So what is an AI agent? The best way to think about it is like your own personal chief of staff. It's a system you give goals to, not tasks, but big picture goals. And it then plans, executes, and learns, all without you needing to get involved in every single little step. It doesn't just suggest, it actually does things.
And this is where it gets really tangible. Let's picture your daily life, right? Your agent is managing your entire household. It sees you're low on milk and automatically orders it from whichever store has the best price that day. It's your personal travel agent, constantly scanning for that perfect deal to that place you mentioned wanting to visit. And maybe most importantly, it's your financial watchdog, making sure you are never, ever overpaying for stuff like insurance just because it's a hassle to switch.
So this shift, it's going to completely overhaul the most fundamental process in our economy, how we decide what to buy. The entire system we've built for decades around influencing human decisions, it's about to become, well, kind of obsolete.
I mean, think about how you shop right now. You see an ad on Instagram, you remember a brand name your friend mentioned, you spend hours, literally hours, scrolling through reviews, comparing options, trying to weigh all the trade-offs. It's a manual, time-sucking process, and it is heavily, heavily influenced by marketing.
Okay, now compare that to the world with agents. You just set a rule one time, something like, hey, keep my house stocked with the best value, organic products. And that's it. The agent takes over completely. It's monitoring everything 24/7, evaluating thousands of data points in a split second, and then just making the purchase. And the most powerful part? That learning loop at the end. It gets smarter and better at doing its job for you over time.
So here's the crucial point, the thing that changes everything. These agents are hyper-rational. They are not swayed by all the little psychological tricks that marketing departments have relied on for a century. You know, that fear of missing out from a limited-time offer? An agent just ignores it and calculates the actual value. That impulse buy at the checkout? Yeah, that's not going to happen.
And this big shift from emotional human buying to cold, rational machine buying, well, that's what triggers a massive economic earthquake. It creates this stark divide between the companies that are going to thrive and those that are, frankly, just going to perish.
And the first biggest casualty is advertising. Think about it. When your agent buys your next pair of running shoes based purely on durability data, user reviews, and price, not on a flashy video ad, the whole reason for that ad to exist just kind of evaporates. We're talking about a nearly trillion-dollar industry built on grabbing your attention, and it is facing an existential collapse.
So this means platforms like Meta and Google Search, whose entire models are built on ad revenue, are right in the line of fire. Same goes for marketplaces like Etsy or eBay that don't offer unique value beyond just putting a bunch of stuff in one place. And yeah, those insurance companies that totally count on you not bothering to switch every year, they're in big trouble.
And to make this really concrete, the report we're looking at actually modeled a pretty devastating revenue decline for these ad-dependent platforms. I mean, look at this number, a potential 70% collapse for companies like Meta and Pinterest. Why? Because their entire business model depends on you scrolling and clicking on sponsored posts, a behavior that your AI agent just won't do.
But on the other side of this earthquake, there are some very clear winners. The companies actually building the AI infrastructure, like NVIDIA, are set to boom. Vertically integrated giants like Amazon become even more powerful. And you know what else is safe? Premium brands. An AI agent can't really quantify the status of a Ferrari, which means that purchase stays fundamentally human.
And look, don't make the mistake of thinking this is some far-off, distant future. The timeline for this whole transformation is incredibly fast. We're actually already in the first phase.
The analysis shows we are in the foundation phase right now, as we speak. But look how quickly this thing accelerates. By 2028,
And that's just a few years away, folks. Agent adoption is going to be widespread enough to cause the first major bankruptcies of companies that weren't prepared. And by the early 2030s, having an agent manage most of your purchases will just be normal.
So why does all this matter to you? Well, because this new world presents a binary choice for businesses, for investors, for everyone. Understanding the new rules of the game is absolutely crucial if you want to navigate what's coming.
This heat map here gives you a really clear, at-a-glance summary. And the outlook is pretty simple. You either want to be in sectors building the AI brainpower, or in sectors that are immune to it, like luxury. The super high-risk zones, they're all built on being a middleman, on advertising, or on selling things that are basically all the same.
So the main takeaway from the source material is powerful, and it really boils down to 3 clear rules. Number 1, own the foundational infrastructure, the picks and shovels of this AI gold rush. 2, own things that can't be turned into a commodity. True luxury, unique experiences. And 3, avoid any business model that agents are basically designed to destroy, like advertising and aggregation.
Ultimately, this report leaves us with a pretty provocative final thought. This isn't a gradual change. There is no middle ground. It is a seismic shift that's going to create clear binary outcomes, winners and losers. So the real question isn't if this is coming, but which side of that divide will the companies you work for, rely on, and invest in end up on?